Hello, Mr. Vishwanath. Thank you for taking time out to speak to us.
Thank you, Prithvi. Wonderful to be here. I hope you're well and safe.
Yes, sir. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
So, if you could start with COVID-19 claim trends that HDFC Ergo has witnessed since the beginning of the pandemic.
Sure. I think first of all, I'll just start by wishing all your viewers and readers safe health, good health right now. And I would say that at no point in our history has the financial strength of an insurer or health insurer been as paramount as it is today. Because, as you rightly said, the second wave of the pandemic has proven to be more ferocious and more fierce than the first one. Right? The last peak that we had seen was October of last year, which was pretty high, and April has surpassed that by a very large margin for us, for the industry, for everybody. For ourselves, we've had about 66,000 plus claims that have been reported to us, so about 750 crores of claims during this period of time.
Any difference that you have seen compared to the first wave in terms of age of a large number of policyholders being affected? Are you seeing more of younger policyholders being affected this time compared to last time? Because last time the focus was on elderly and those with comorbidities. This time we've seen even 30-year-olds and 25-year-olds being affected.
Absolutely. And it's a very interesting point you make, because anecdotally, and when we read in the papers and we talk about people in the general population, you're right that it appears that in this second wave, younger people have been more impacted, right? When you look at least our portfolio, uh, the average age of the insured hasn't changed that much. In fact, it's actually gone up by a little bit. Okay. What that tells me is that younger people in our country have not bought insurance. So while young people are getting impacted by COVID, they don't have insurance, right? And that is something that I think will hopefully change going forward. And young people will understand that there is an absolute need for them to make sure that their health is protected.
You made a mention of underpenetration of health insurance, that many young people, in fact, are not insured. But in the last 1 year, have you seen demand for health insurance covers going up? The demand has indeed gone up, right?
So, as you rightly say, so health insurance, in fact, has been kind of one of the fastest growing lines of business for some time. And what COVID has done is it has really brought the need for health insurance really upfront, right? And that has therefore led to kind of surge in demand. And as the second largest health insurance company, retail health insurer in the country, we've of course also seen that same kind of surge. What we've also seen demand for is for those who uh, were not able to in the past perhaps buy a full comprehensive plan. We have seen demand for COVID specific plans as well. That's gone up as well. Of course, that's gone from a base of zero because it's a brand new product. But what we always try and recommend to our customers is, if they can, they should buy a comprehensive plan, and in case they're not able to, then at least buy a COVID plan. So yeah, we've seen the demand go up for across the industry and for ourselves as
So, what is your estimate? How do you expect demand to grow
well.
next year?
Look, I mean, if you've seen the last several years, the industry's been growing mid 20%, and we think that it'll be in that range, maybe a
Okay.
little bit up, higher than that.
Okay, okay. And also, you mentioned a surge in claims that HDFC Ergo saw along with the industry. So, could you elaborate on the changes in processes, claim settlement processes that you had to make over the last 1 year?
So one of the fortunate things, I would say, was that we have over the years invested quite a bit in our digital capabilities, and so we were able to. It was a lot of hard work. I mean, I think our teams really stretched because our foremost focus is on making sure that customers, especially in times of COVID, that customers get quick pre-authorizations, customers get a quick discharge because there is somebody else waiting to take that bed, right? But we've invested a lot digitally over the years. And so all those investments really kind of came to the fore. And so we were able to support our customers seamlessly.
Could you talk a little bit about also dealing with hospitals? Because these were unprecedented times for hospitals as well.
Yeah.
Hospitals, policyholders, and of course there were disputes. How did you navigate these issues the
So
last 1 year?
I think for us, the first thing that we have to all kind of understand is a couple of things, right? Is that one is I think everybody's on the same side. The hospital wants to make sure the customer gets the best treatment, uh, and then they move on to the next person who is kind of sort of in line. We are also want to make sure that our customers get the best treatment. So generally, it really comes down to communication and dialogue, and having an open line of communication with hospitals where we may have a disagreement of views. We discuss those disagreements and try to resolve it. But the focus really has been on making sure the customer comes first and having open lines of communications with the hospitals. And that's been the best way for us to solve the issues.
Okay, okay. And of course, we have briefly touched upon this, but could you elaborate on how different the second wave has been from the first?
So at least so far, what we have seen, and of course, in the second wave, still early days in the second wave, yeah,
Yeah.
because there will be many claims that we're kind of yet to receive
The
because they're
reimbursement claims that will
exactly
come in.
right. But at least based on what I can see right now, what I can tell you is that the length of hospitalization has
Mm.
reduced a little bit
Okay,
compared to the first wave. Okay,
okay.
and that could be because treatment protocols are getting more standardized. Doctors are understanding a bit more in terms of how to deal with things. Of course, there has been a lot of pressure on space. So I think once somebody is well enough, where doctors feel they're confident, perhaps in the first wave they would have erred towards being more conservative and sort of keeping them on. Now perhaps they're a bit more confident that okay, it's fine for you to go home. So we're seeing a slight reduction in length of hospitalization by about 1.5 odd days compared to before.
Okay.
We are seeing, the severity of the claim that has gone up a little bit. Again, because of some of the things that you talked about, right? Oxygen,
Right.
so on and so forth.
Finally and broadly, what do you think will be the impact, the long-term impact of COVID-19 on health insurance?
So on health insurance, I think broadly it is going to be positive, as I said, for a number of reasons. One is, of course, I think customers are going to be more aware of the need for health insurance. They're going to understand the benefits that having a health insurance policy gives you, which is really two things. One is financial protection, and second is access to the best possible care. These are the two things that you get by buying this policy, which doesn't cost a lot of money. So it's probably the best value health insurance in the world in India. And I think more people will realize that. So, in that sense, that's good. What is also going to be good is that because of the stress on the system that all health insurance companies have gone through, everybody's processes hopefully have improved. People have hopefully been able to, simplify some of their processes in the interest of, having a better customer experience. So that will kind of help the health industry. I think there's been a lot of work that's been done on digitalization and data in the last few months as a result of this, and I think a lot of that will also help the industry as a whole come up with better products, price it better, underwrite better, serve the customer better. So overall, I think it's going to be good. Of course, there is going to be the current pain that one has to go through.
But both in case of health and travel, do you see this pandemic pushing up premiums?
The thing is that medical inflation is a fact of life. Medical inflation has been
Mm.
increasing faster than inflation, general inflation. And so medical insurance do tend to rise over time because they have to keep up with, insurance companies have to keep up with cost. The good thing is that all insurance rates, as you know, are approved by the regulator. They're very closely scrutinized. And I think the IRDA has done a good job of balancing, the needs of the insurance company versus the interests of the customer. And I think the customers in our country can always feel, therefore, confident that that there is somebody who's really kind of looking out for them, making sure that the prices are fair. And as long as you're paying a fair price for a product and getting good value for it, it doesn't really matter if the price of that thing is going up, because the value you're getting from it is also going up, right? The reason that the price is going up is because the cost of healthcare is going up. And if you don't have insurance, you then are at a higher risk because the cost of your healthcare is going up. So, the price is going up, but the value is also going up.
Okay, thanks a lot for your time, Mr. Vishwanath. Thanks a lot for speaking to Money Control. It was
Thank
great
you.
having you
Thank
with us. Thank you so much.